Every Friday, we like to take a little bit of time to go through our inbox and find the questions that we may have missed from you over the last week. And there were a lot to choose from this week. So let's start with this one from Roger, who asks, quote, I've seen reports that COVID-19 is endemic in Idaho as a result of our low vaccination rates. What does this mean for Idaho's future? Well, Roger is absolutely correct. Right now, 53.6% of eligible Idahoans, that's everyone over the age of 12, well, that number are fully vaccinated. Nationally, that number is just over 66%. So we are behind the national average. Now, Idaho's health officials say that COVID-19 is slowly moving from being considered a pandemic to an endemic, meaning that it will likely be something that we deal with for the rest of our lives. So you can think COVID more like the flu. Now, during, in terms of the spread and the yearly occurrence, I don't want to compare the two, so I want to be very clear there. Now, during a meeting with the Department of Health and Welfare this past Tuesday, Dr. Stephen Nemerson, the Chief Clinical Officer for St. Alphonsus Medical Center, he had this to say on the topic.
On December 14th of 2020, I told you that that day was the D-Day in the battle against coronavirus. And sadly, today I'm here to tell you that we've lost the war, that COVID is here to stay. And the reason it is here to stay is because we cannot vaccinate enough of the public to fully eradicate the disease. And absent being able to do that and accomplish herd immunity, we now need to move into the phase of recognizing that COVID is going to be a disease to be managed for the long-term future.
So what does this mean for all of us here in the state of Idaho, the United States? What does this mean? Well, unfortunately, it's unclear. We're all going to have to experience it together. However, as Idaho's health officials continue to reiterate, the best way to help slow the spread of the virus is to get vaccinated. They are safe and effective. More questions from you. Jim asks, what's going on with the police station in downtown on Fairview? Good question. We actually reached out to the city of Boise and Boise Police on this one. The building actually officially opened last December after a complete renovation down there. Before they were actually in that building, some officers, specifically bike officers, they had to work out of temporary spaces. But again, that new space on Fairview is now open. It's a good resource for the police department to have in downtown and a good spot away from City Hall and City Hall West. And finally, Josh asks, how much more money over time would the bond option cost versus the no bond option? And he is referring to the Boise water bond that will appear on the ballot next month. For more, you can check out our story from yesterday on our website. Now, it's part of a long-term plan to expand the city's wastewater treatment capacity and replace aging infrastructure. The total cost is actually more than $900 million, but the proposal would have it be funded by a combination of $570 million bond and the rest cash. Now, Boise City Council members approved a vote last month to put the bond on the ballot. If voters approve the bond, water renewal rates would increase about 10%, or about $3.64 per month. If it fails, that rate jumps up about 53%, or on an average monthly increase of $19.51 per month. And to be very clear, this isn't your water rates going up. That's a completely different thing. This is strictly about the water renewal program rates. Now, you likely get a bill every other month, part of that program, if you are in the Boise Sewer District. And make sure that you keep sending us your questions. Our number is right here on the screen, 208-321-5614. For those of you wondering, Mo is coming up shortly, so stay tuned.